здания, опоры электропередач целы.
Greetings folks, it is me Harkness once again, and today we're doing a review on the LCT AK-74N. Hope you enjoy the review.
The AKM was the primary arm of the Soviet Union at the time, developed by the legendary Mikhail Kalashnikov. This rifle spits 7.62 by 39mm rounds. Every communist nation during the Cold War, apart from Yugoslavia, were given AK-patterned rifles, and the AKM would see action in the Vietnam War. During this conflict, the NVA would encounter the American M16 that fired a higher velocity 5.56 round. Then the Soviets realized what the Americans were trying to do with this round, as due to its size, your average infantryman is able to carry more ammunition and would yaw into the body when it strikes a target. An injured combatant takes out more people, material, and money from the coffers of the nation, rather than a dead person who just needs a casket. The Soviets would soon take notes and begin developing the AK-74 that fired a 5.45 by 39mm round. The AKM and AK-74 shared lots of common parts, so units were sent out conversion kits when the switch occurred. The Mujahideen were terrified of this new bullet, dubbing it the poison bullet, as their comrades would die slow and agonizing deaths due to the lack of hospitals in Afghanistan. After the war, the AK-74 became the poster child of the slow decay of Eastern Europe. As the 1990s rolled on, the people soon found themselves in failing economies from decades of communist destruction. Because of this, the gun found its way in black markets, often used by the same sides in the conflict.
Our Kalashnikovs will be their judge. We'll tear apart their flesh with the gunfire of our AK-74s!
The box looks really flashy, typical of LCT. Also, it is encased in foam and plastic, so I doubt the gun will get damaged during shipping. Inside is your replica, a booklet for LCT catalogs, and the mid-cap, and finally, your rifle. Next up, let's talk about the manual of arms. To switch to firing mode, the top is safe, the middle is full automatic, and the bottom is semi-automatic. The markings are correct for a Russian AK-74. In order to use the gun, first unscrew the rear with a flathead screw. Once the butt plates comes loose, the fake trapdoor will come off. Pull out the Tamiya, but for me it's a Dean's connector, and insert your battery. To put it back, simply do the reverse by putting the trapdoor in the correct spot, and then press the plate forward, and I recommend screwing it in with your fingers. Once you've got the screws into position, you tighten it with a flathead screw. If you want to adjust, you have to deal with this ugly AK side slider hop-up. Simply slide it left to right for less or more hop-up. The gun will take almost every standard AK mag, with the exception of the Tokyo Marui recoil shock magazines. To insert a fresh mag, simply rock the magazine backwards, and you will see the paddle lock into place. To remove the mag, use your finger to depress the paddle, releasing the magazine, and rock it forward. The external build of this AK-74 is superb, as to be expected from a gun from LCT. It blows out most M4s and Simas by comparison, and the reason why people mostly buy LCTs is for the amazing externals. The rivets are solid, as you can see. I'm doing the Delta 1 test. It's fantastic. Unlike Yandel AKs, the finishing is much better. However, for mine, I wanted that battle-worn look, so I sanded it down. When buying with an AKs, as time goes on, it will take the scars from the games that you go to. Due to this, one of the handguard panels on my rifle has chipped off, but I really like this look personally. The stock is peppered with BB marks. I reworked the grip and magazine to give it a fantastic Bakelite look that many airsoft companies never seem to do.
39715.
Now let's talk about the internal reports. The inner barrel of this rifle is 450mm. The muzzle velocity is 420 FPS with a .20 gram BB. You are working with a version 3 full metal fully upgradable gearbox, and the motor is a short type motor, but it's mostly the China gunk motor. LCT AKs are amazing externally, but its internals leave plenty to be desired. They're stuck in the 2009s. The hop-up is made out of plastic, and I recommend replacing it with the Lonix as soon as possible.
This AK, what do you have to say about the LCT internals?
I hate LCT internals. They are it's like Cyma, but expensive. It literally is.
Hey, no, you aren't wrong. It's Cyma, but it's expensive.
Bucking is okay. A small adjustment I made is to rewire my gun to Dean's. I don't understand why AK companies don't do this. It basically shows how far behind we are against the M4 market. As for BBs and batteries, I usually use .30s due to this gun's already cornering at 400 FPS and the insane inner barrel length, so you're able to squeeze out the maximum range possible. For the batteries, I recommend using an 11.4 volt Li-ion battery such as Titan. This gives the gun an even amazing trigger response. This allows you to quickly send rounds down automatic and snappy semi-automatic action. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons. The biggest pro of LCT is the fact that it can accept a wide range of airsoft parts, from Cyma to the expensive Combat Union AK hop-ups. It can accept external parts as long as it's part of the VFC design. LCT makes a wide range of external rail options for their AKs. With the current situation in Eastern Europe, Zenitco parts have risen in prices, so the most realistic option will have to be LCT reproductions. LCT AKs share a lot of similar parts, allowing you to mix and match. Another huge advantage is that most AK mags in the market will be compatible with your replica. The cons of LCT is the dog water internals and the ridiculous asking price of $400. Get it secondhand or on a sale. It is nowhere near worth what they're asking for. A good place to look for is secondhand LCTs in your local airsoft group, where players are looking to get new guns or where they want to quit the sport entirely and sell their guns for cheap prices. That is usually the best place to start looking for. I wrote this script exactly 2 years ago and held off releasing this video. Now, how has this gun held up for 2 years? After attending a 24-hour airsoft event, guys, it's me, Lucas, once again. And right now, it's currently 1 a.m. I'm pulling up watch as of the moment. This gun has survived through numerous battles. I definitely trust it. I gotta keep this short, but yeah, it's really trustworthy. This is its second 24-hour event. But yeah, wholly recommend this one for all your Rust 4 needs. End of transmission. Good luck out there. Approximately 10 plus airsoft matches, constant use and abuse, I am proud to say it has held up with excellent strength. For this event, I added a side rail for a PVS 14 night vision optic. I finally got around to adding a Lonix hop-up, a short type SHS high torque motor giving me excellent response. As of the moment, I'm attempting to replace the wood with East German furniture and add a better bucking to turn this into a range monster. It did not just hold up, it thrived, and this has become my iconic arm into battle. This gun never had to go to the shop due to jams or gear strips. It was good. But these upgrades turn it into a workhorse, and I am more than proud to bring this every weekend. Hi guys, it is me, Harkness. Finally, I can put an end to this review after waiting for so long, but as of July 20th, 2023, this is the LCT AK-74N in its current iteration. Here we go. It has turned into the quintessential... Oh, let me try to get that into frame. Yeah, it has turned into the quintessential militia gun of choice. Weathered steel, incredible internals, and now East German furniture. Right now, I'm trying to replace the stock, but it is a pain in the butt.
For those who might be curious if they want to add real AK furniture in their AKs, unfortunately, I do not have an example because I gave my friend my old AK furniture as a trade for borrowing the tools and him just being a nice guy. And besides, the wood is just gonna rot in my room. I'd rather just, you know, give it to him. So, what you want to do is that in AK furnitures, there are like, there's almost like a rectangular box where the cleaning rod threads through. You can shave both sides, but for this AK, I had to shave both sides and the top and bottom portions of the rectangle. Afterwards, I scavenged my LCT AK. Every LCT AK comes with these, with a prong right here. If you disassemble your AK, you will know what I'm talking about. In here, there's like a prong where the rear, not really rear, where the gas tube can like tension itself. I had to like insert it here and then just rubber mallet it. It was a tight fit because it's airsoft spec, but it worked. The biggest pain in the butt, believe it or not, was this portion right here. This thing is this gas tube cover is almost welded shut into my gun. At this point, you can't even remove it. The reason being is that there was so much excess material here and here that we just had to Dremel like a good 15%, and then we had to use our strength to squeeze the plastic into it and then snap it into place. Again, I'm absolutely totally in love with this chocolatey beauty right here. I'm not gonna lie, the wood and plastic combo kind of reminds me of the FAL in Insurgency, where it has like a wood stock and then a plastic forend. It's kind of growing on me. So, my conclusions, the LCT AK is absolutely fantastic. I totally recommend it, and thank you so much for sitting through, I believe this is like 12 or maybe 15-minute long review. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, and that will be all. I'm not reading a script for the conclusions part. I would give this gun a solid 9 out of 10. One, because it doesn't get the full 10 out of 10 remark because of the incredible asking price out of the box. So again, this has been me, Harkness, once again. Thank you so much for watching, and remember folks, life is always good. Make the best out of it.